Well, hey guys, I got some work to do this week, and gonna bring you along on a couple of things. One, it's time to tie up my tomatoes. They've been growing like crazy, and I've got we've had some rain, a lot of rain in the last 2 weeks, but going to be clipping those tomatoes to this trellis, and just wanted to show you right quick, one, how they're doing, but also let you see my process and how I do that rather than putting them in cages and doing that kind of thing. So take a hard look at that. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to start harvesting the 2025 garden, and we're going to start that out digging up some potatoes. And so that's the title of today's video, Maters and Taters. But we'll be taking a look at that and let you see how we do on this first box. I'm going to harvest this whole first box of my 4 boxes, and let's see how they did in raised beds this year. So hang in there with me. We're going to take a quick look here in just a moment. So today I had one of my chores I had to take care of. Finally, these tomatoes are about 2 feet tall, so it's time to get out here and stake them up or tie them up. And years ago I started a new method in this. They grow up against this big trellis. I have these clips that you can purchase online, and they just hook around the stem and you click them, and that locks them right in place. And they're easy to take off as well. Just release it, and there you go. One thing I wanted to show you up close here before I forgot about it, the clips don't just go around the stem of the tomato, they also encompass the part of the trellis, as you can see here. But that's what I've been doing this morning, along with the other things I've had to work on. But this is for my indeterminate tomatoes. They're starting to get some blooms and starting to see a few little babies coming up. I'll show you the others in a minute. Alrighty. After just a few minutes, really, we made it down to the end of both of these rows. These are my determinate tomatoes, so they're not getting too tall, but they're kind of spready a little bit, so I had to pull some of them back up to the trellis. And then you cross over the aisle. For my indeterminate tomatoes, growing like crazy. Like I said, all about 2 foot high. So that's where we are on the tomatoes. Like I said, that wasn't going to take long. We've got both of these rows of tomatoes you see there on the left hand side or on your right hand side taken care of, and old Tex is still over there looking over things. But it didn't take us but just a few minutes to get those tomatoes done. They're not ready for harvesting yet. I did see some tomatoes coming on the determinate Roma tomatoes out there on the other end. But these right here are my big boys, and they're doing really well, growing like crazy with all the rain we've had. So that's it on the tomatoes for today. We're just probably another week. We'll be clipping them up again, especially these on this end here that are growing so big. So we'll do that. So now we're going to take a quick look over at the taters, and let's have some fun with that. All right, it's tater time. Like I was mentioning earlier, my boxes, this is one box right here, and you can see the storms we've had has blown these over quite a bit. I've already harvested one out of this end, which is where that big gap there is. But I'll be pulling the dirt out of here and putting them in this wheelbarrow for now and get these potatoes out of the way. But just to walk down through here and show you what I got. These, you see this one here is already starting to die back. That's perfectly natural, and it's getting to be that time to harvest these things. I believe it's been close to 90 days on them. But this is my first box, and I planted 2 pounds of seed potatoes in this box. So as you look, here's the second box full. Same type thing. They're starting to die back, and on across the aisle over there are my other last two boxes down there. But we're not going to get to those today. But it'll be a lot of fun, and I'm gonna probably, right now the plan is to harvest this one today and perhaps the second one next week, and so on. We'll do one a week. So I want to get these out of the way by the end of June, because I've got some sweet potato slips ordered, and they're going to go right back in these boxes for my fall crop. So let's get started digging. Let me swing this camera around and let's see what we can find in this box. First things first, we're going to take this big old plant right here, and let's see what we get just by pulling up on it. Oh yeah, look at there. Some new potatoes type. And those will be good. I'll dig down with that in a minute. This will go over to the chickens. They love these things, and they have a good time with it. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Ooh, my goodness. Look at here. Look at here. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, like I told you at the beginning of this video, we're going to have fun today. And I hope you enjoy that. Tying up the tomatoes, that was no big excitement of it all. It was just crawling on my knees and getting down through there and tying them up, clipping them on. But I hope I showed you something different on that. Like I said, I've started that process. Last year was my first year doing it to that trellis, and I really like that process. And it does keep it nice and neat and upstanding. The other thing was a lot of fun today was digging that first bed of potatoes. And I planted 2 pounds of seed potatoes back in late February, early March. And I got 12 pounds of potatoes today out of that one bed. So that is great. That's a 6-to-1 ratio, and I'll take that any day of the week. Working on a little better, but that's a good average. So I'm hoping the rest of them are that way. And we'll get some more potatoes here shortly. Like I said earlier, I'm going to dig up one of these boxes each week until I get to the end of the month, and then I'll be planting some sweet potato slips in these same boxes. So I got work to do there. But for our first harvest for this year's garden, that's been a great thing. Now these potatoes, we don't go in the house and eat them right now, so we won't have them tonight. So we'll let them cure a little bit. Left the dirt on them just like they came out of the box, and I'll let those sit in there in the pantry. I have a rack that I built for just for these. It's got a screen bottom so the dirt can fall through. But as they dry, and we'll let them dry out for about a week, and then we'll start using them in our cooking. So the wife is already getting excited about what to fix, and I'm getting excited about what to eat because I like eating and she likes cooking. So it's a good pair, good pair. But today, I think that's going to about do it. We're going to be doing some more on the garden here. That probably the next video may, since we're rolling into the 1st of June, probably going to be another, maybe a June update, because I watched my May update today and I could not believe how much the garden has grown and changed in that 1 month time period. It's unbelievable. But anyway, I'm going to let you go now for today, and we'll look forward to the next one, and tell your buddies about Pa's Garden Journal. If you got some gardening friends out there that like this sort of thing, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see me do. Like I said, I plant basic crops and we eat basic food. Don't try to get fancy. And a lot of things I've planted in the past, but I've narrowed it down to just planting what we use mostly and what we like mostly, and what's simple to take care of. Since it's kind of like out here is a one-man operation for the most part. So anyway, I'll let it go at that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And thanks for watching. And right now I'm going to that old porch swing and have me a glass of sweet tea. See you later.